Check, dinosaur. 1, 2, 3, dinosaur. Hello. We are good on Twitch. I believe TikTok is good, Instagram is good, and YouTube is good. QQ. Welcome on. Yeah, we're streaming on a Saturday. Normally I stream on Fridays, but I have been so busy the last few days, so I just didn't have time, and I was going to, but it just didn't happen. So, but on a brighter side, my Wonder Woman cosplay is finished! Yee! I'm so happy. So yesterday I ended up trying on pretty much the full cosplay minus the wig and the headband. Everything fit perfectly, so I'm really happy with it. We'll have one more making video specifically for the sleeve tattoo, but I have to wait for it to get approved by Xtool because we were doing it with them for their apparel printer. So I'm really happy with how it looks. It was something that it was one of my I think it's gonna work ideas, and it did, surprisingly, but it could have epically failed, so I'm really happy with how it came out, and y'all will see it hopefully next week. Other news, so I did do another guess my next cosplay based on the materials, and there wasn't a lot of people that got it right. Majority of people thought it was Miku. I'm not cosplaying Miku, so yeah. But the few people that got it right, it is Rei from Fire Emblem. That one we are also doing with Xtool just because of the pattern. Her decorative cape with so much detail. So that is the next big build that I'll be starting to work on alongside Sarah Kerrigan and Sally Whitemane. So yeah. Lots of work, but now I'm happy it's only 3 cosplays again and not 4. It was a bit overwhelming, to say the least. But yeah. And then I think the only other news, a reminder that Coscom Cosplay Supply is putting on an online international cosplay competition. They have a beginner level, a journeyman, an advanced, and a master's division. So I recommend signing up for that. There's still time. I think it goes, I think the last day to sign up is on the 27th of this month of August. So to submit, and you don't have to tell anybody that you entered. There are cash prizes for all the categories, a lot of cash prizes. And then there is also going to be, from the finalists that are chosen, a public choice category, winner category thing, something like that. I forget how it's worded. But to enter that, you have to go to their official Instagram page, and then it's their pinned post, and it'll tell you how to do everything and to get the form. So yeah, Coscom Cosplay Supply. So yeah, but that's all my announcements. I know today's gonna be a little different just because it's not a Friday, so I'll be curious who else shows up today, because normally we get the work people on their lunch breaks and stuff, and now that it's a weekend, we'll have a whole different crowd. But we're going to be continuing working on Sally Whitemane today, specifically on the shoes. We'll see how that goes. I have some ideas. I did try on the shoes, and I bought them on Amazon. I normally buy my base shoes on Amazon. The pictures lied. It is supposed to go up like super high-legged, like thigh boots. It barely goes over the knee, but I do have the exact same fabric that the shoes are made out of, so I'm just going to extend them on my own, and yeah, but I'm not doing that on stream. We're actually going to be working with more monster clay today. There's like a detail on the, so if this is your shoe, your foot, there's a detail, big plate here, and then I think there's like on the tip a part, and then on the heel part, there's a piece. So we're going to work on that, and hopefully my clay has now heated up enough. We might have to wait a little bit more, but I'm going to have to wrap the shoe and stuff. So let's go over there. And the Morton Salt Girl, welcome on. Let me flip to, we are going to this one. I have to duck because my mic blocks my screen. All right. And then it'd be good for me to get a reference image out. So I'm gonna real quick get that because I kind of need to see what I'm doing. Oh, other things that I've been working on. I'll get it out in a bit. But I have. I'm glad you're liking the Emil mask pattern. Yeah, Caillou. Tag me when you finish it. I'd love to see it. Hi, Amazonian Cosplay. Welcome in. I know I have a close-up of the shoe. Actually, that one might be good. Let's see. It did not do the whole thing. Okay, so let me go back to that one image. We're gonna change the proportions. The shoe armor goes halfway up the leg, which is not, I don't know. We'll see about this. So yeah, but the first successful print for this cosplay is done. So if you saw my stories, I shared it, but this, nope, that's the mannequin. This is me. This! So if you remember, I carved this out of monster clay originally, and then I 3D scanned it, and the whole goal for this entire build of Sally Whitemane is to learn to print in TPU, which is a rubber filament. It's extremely hard to print in, but when you print it, it's flexible! So yeah, it's only one half. The other half is being printed right now. It just takes a stupid long time to print. So yeah, this was a 70-hour print. So, but it's just because the layer height you have to do so fine. So I'm slowly trying to push it where I can do the layer height a little bit higher to make the speed a little bit faster without losing detail, just because the material is very difficult. So I'd like to cut this down a bit. It estimated to give you an idea, a normal print of this, if it was printed in PLA or PETG on basic settings, it would have been 30 hours to print. But because it was TPU, it ended up being 70. So yeah. But this is the goal of the final outcome of the pieces. I'm really happy with it for TPU. I have not tried cleaning it up yet, so that's the next thing. So yeah, I think that was it. Was there another thing? Oh, and then the staff. I finished the staff. I did all the catting of it last night in like an hour and a half. I just kind of sat down. I was like, I'll just kind of do this. And I didn't plan on making the whole thing, but I did. So it's on the printer now. So yeah, that's the only thing of the cosplay that I was planning on not sculpting. So, but let me flip over so we can start on the shoe. Hi, Slender Slayer. Welcome on and cheers. Alrighty, Nugget, you're gonna lay in the path of my chair. All right, move you that way, and I'm gonna flip my normal thing. So we're gonna do my stream thing over there, and we're gonna do my image here so I can actually see it. Num nums. I gotta move you out of the way. Oh, you wanna say hi to everybody? You wanna say hi? Yeah? You got a good num nums? He's such a big bear. Yeah. He's so cute. Okay. You go over there. Oh. Chair. And then I want this one. Okay. And yell at me if for some reason the camera goes to my body double, because it will probably do that. Okay. So, what I got? I'm so weird. I'm used to it being here and I can't see. I don't know. We'll see about this. But, this is the base shoe. I currently have a shoe, like the foot wedge, and then I have a water bottle and a paper towel to kind of give it support. But I'll probably do a little more. I don't know. This is a little wobbly. But I do need to wrap it to protect it so we don't ruin it with the clay. And then I think I'm just gonna shove some stuff in it. So let's see. Caspian! Pokemon! I didn't think you would be on today. Like I wish, so I ordered a package on Amazon and it came with a bunch of like paper and I already put it in the recycling. I kind of wish I'd saved it. Early lunch break? Oh, I didn't know you worked on Saturdays. I guess I am streaming technically a little earlier than what I would have normally been doing if it was a Friday. I kind of almost want to just get another paper towel roll. I'll be back. I'm gonna go get a paper towel roll. Haha! The kitchen one is a little wider than this one. Alas, you have to. Well, hopefully it's not too bad. Now we'll see if this is too wide. I mean, he's working, but it's definitely, having some issues. These have not been worn outside either. I mean, that kind of works, and then I can shove the rest in it. Viking Game, thank you for subbing to the channel, or the resub of 6 months. I appreciate it. Much love, and you'll be on the scrolly thing on the next stream. Yeah. And I can fill the rest of it with this. Hopefully it'll work. You got cursed out by someone for firing their buddy that was caught stealing. Oh, I'm sorry you were put in that situation. But good job for doing your job. Yeah, that's no fun. Is that in Dr. Pepper? No, this one's a water bottle, but there is a Dr. Pepper in the room. Are you allowed to say what they stole? Okay. Can we close it now? That is the question. Without me cutting myself on the aluminum foil. There we go. That works. Yeah, that at least gives me... I mean, there's this weird spot, but I mean, I'm not gonna be doing it there. So I'm only gonna be carving like half of the side. And from the image, it really only touches here, and then the rest goes away. So we'll see. And then there's the point here, the strap here, and then the back part here. So yeah. I don't know, success! She's just a little funky, you know? It's a little funky with the... Yeah. Bunch of stuff between themselves and family members. Ooh. Alright. Magustos. I can never say your name. I'm sorry. The Seth girl. Seth cosplay girl. Yeah. Sorry, Zero. I hope you're doing well. Aw, I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's been a bit. I know I took a break from streaming for like a while. And that caused some issues. But we're back. We're streaming on a weird day today too. So Alright, let's see. So we'll do some rapidy-doo-dahs to protect the shoe. And I think I'm actually going to wrap it all the way up. Just in case, for some reason, the clay decides to splatter accidentally, or I don't know. So... what are you getting? But it's... Yeah. I mean, it just needs to kind of get the thing so I can use it as a base to sculpt on. I'm gonna tape it to a stand. Too close or not too close? When your internet gets upgraded, you're planning on stream too? Ooh! Very fun. What do you plan on streaming? I assume gaming, but... yeah. Glad to hear you're doing good. Aw, thanks. Stay down. Okay, our shoe is now protected. Ads. Okay. Now, one thing with Monster Clay is it does have it sticks better to a textured surface. So surprisingly, 3D printed parts, it sticks pretty well to. But it does have a little bit issues with saran wrap and masking tape because it's more of a smooth surface. But I'm putting it here just to kind of hold shape more. If I was doing a pattern off of this, it would be a lot nicer. Okay. We're gonna use this. And I will eventually tape it to it, I think. But for now, so I'm kind of rabbity-doo-dah. E. I chose the piano live stream today. I still like it, just didn't think I clicked it, but okay, if I can tape it like that, and then when I'm done with the front part, I can untape it and do the back side. So that's our plan. Preparation is always funny. I don't live anywhere close to my sisters anymore. They actually both live on their own now, too. So that's exciting. Will I paint the shoe? So the shoe, the boot length is not long enough, so I do have to sew more material, and it's not the right color, so I'll end up painting it to match the rest of the cosplay. So yes, and I'll do my typical weathering. Hi Pokemon! Hello from Baltimore. I've large prop to make what's a light material to make this prop. Lightest materials are typically using EVA foam in my opinion. But depending on how large your prop is, I always recommend doing a bone structure. So doing like a PVC pipe internally or doing CPVC pipe. So yeah. Okay, we are good with that. Funky donkey little shape. And I don't have any of my cardboard here anymore. I need to go into the basement and get some cardboard. So reason being, so when I do my sculpts, because I am scanning them, I only have to do one half, and then in my CAD program from my scan, I'll end up just mirroring it and putting it together. So that is what I find to be the best options for this. So I'll go get that so I can get it. Yeah. So back in a second. You can watch this. Let's see. Oh, it won't show. My new little guy. There. Okay. You're in charge, Nugget. Don't cry. I'm back. Yeah, one of the things I do is I hoard nice cardboard. So this one's like a thick one in the basement for painting. Because if I get big boxes, I'll end up cutting them.
Write it down.
Wizard, thank you for the resub on Twitch for 23 months. Absolute Wonder Woman is looking great. Thank you. But yeah, for painting like flat surfaces and fabrics, I'll tape them onto these and they're great surfaces. Same with doing glue for big spots, but all of my small cardboard pieces I've already tossed. So yeah. When did you get a brush buddy? Also, do you have the Witch Hatter cosplay plans? Actually, my spouse gave this to me, so yeah. They're gone a lot longer because of Air Force stuff right now, so they give me it as a present. So I'm not as lonely. It does get quite a bit kind of lonely here though, but at least I have the cats. But yeah, sometimes I work myself too hard when I'm by myself and I forget to eat, so it causes problems. But in terms of cosplay plans for Witch Hat Atelier or Witch Hat Altar? Is it Atelier or Altar? I don't remember. It's words. But I didn't originally plan on cosplaying something from it. I think there is a lot of really talented cosplayers that are putting out amazing patterns in all sizes. There's a few that I've been following, I don't remember their names, and they would be way better than anything that I would be able to release. So, and I didn't really plan on cosplaying any of the characters, but spoilers! I'm gonna hold my hand up for spoilers. If you don't want to know things for season 2 or future seasons, I don't know what's happening, but I've seen spoilers. So I'm gonna hold my hand up, and when I put my hand down, I'll stop talking about it. So here's your warning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So there is an image that Crunchyroll released at Anime Expo of Coco in her black outfit with the black hat and the tassels and the gold trim and everything that are spoiling to future events. And I looked up the manga versions and I kind of really love the outfit. So that one is potentially something I might make in the future. But I don't have a set time for it. So just maybe. Okay, I'm done talking about it. Alright, so back to this. I need to put it up so I can tape it. We need to do kind of like a little thing. Yeah! So that's a potential in the future. How is your, I was gonna say Esther, but it's not Esther. Seth going? Okay, and cut that shape out. Yeah. Box cutter. I do need to invest in, instead of a box cutter like this, for how much boxes I get, I need to invest in an actual like electronic box cutter thingy. Yeah, because I still didn't cut through all this. This is the super thick one. There we go. All right, we are good. Ba-doop. Kind of took a break from Seth for a bit because you were feeling burnt out on the cosplay, but I'm feeling better now and I plan on working on her again. Oh yeah, especially with you and Birdie, I can definitely see that. So, but glad you're feeling a little better on it. If you need motivation, we're here for you. Yeah. Home Depot has some, you got yours there? Oh, I'm sure they do. I just never go, like, I'm like, oh, I want this tool, and then I just complain about it for a while until eventually I, like, get one a year later or two. I don't know. Yeah. I actually had a company reach out a while back for one, but I didn't want to do an ad for it. I don't know. Unrelated, 1 month till BlizzCon. Yeah! And I still don't know if I'm gonna cosplay at it yet. Yeah, I keep going back and forth of, like, specifically for, like, judging, it's a full day of judging. And then I think we have, like, an hour in between judging and the actual show. And I don't really want to just, like, I don't want to wear a cosplay through the whole thing. And I don't know if I'm really have time to get into cosplay. I don't really know. So I'm kind of going back and forth. So you vote become, yeah. Thank you. I know she will be so cool when you finish her, but getting there will be a challenge. I think it'll do great. Yeah. But yeah, feel free to also, like, just making little side things to kind of take a break from it. For me, personally, I like to work in different materials to kind of change it up. So that way, I don't get burnt out. So I'll do one cosplay build that is mainly fabric, one cosplay build that's like leather or 3D printing, and kind of switch it up like that. And that helps me to not be burnt out as much. So that might be something to do, like a side project where you're working with completely different materials to kind of help. Totally understand, since you work in construction now, if I need, it's straight to Home Depot. If you, oh yeah. It's more of, that tool's like a convenience tool for me. It's not like a necessity. And it's not, it's more of just for breaking down boxes. Like, I don't use it for cosplay, so it's kind of one of those where I don't go out of my way for something. I don't know, I'm just weird about things. It is getting a bit toasty. I might have to go and close the windows soon. Okay, and then I'm just gonna fill in this gap, and we should be good to start adding clay. Eh. I am really good with Amazon though, because I don't have a car. So if I'm here by myself, I just order everything on Amazon. So, yeah, I am spoiled with that. If I need something, I'm just like, there. Oh, sorry, I'm doing bad at chat with Instagram. I've missed a few. Apologies. Okay, there is our, oh, y'all didn't tell me. There's our shoe house. You gotta tell me if it's not in camera. I'm gonna go close the windows now, and then we'll start adding clay. We are kinda at an okay state with the clay. It's still got a little bit more cooking to do. It's still a giant chunk, but yeah. So, closing windows, I'll come back and we'll start adding onto the shoe. Will it stop at her? It didn't. Alrighty. Cheers. I still feel like with Seth there are many areas with different materials they can focus on that, and one thing does have a bit of the armor is fun with that one. Okay. Let us start making our super. Probably should have got my tools out too before I started. Oh well. Yeah, it's a little full just because of me taking all of the clay off the previous pieces. So, gotta be careful not to overspill the liquidy parts. Put it out warm. Alright. Eat a little toasty. But yeah, is anybody else working on any cosplays? Any updates on anything? If you missed it at the beginning of the stream, I revealed the answer to my next cosplay, and that is Ray from Fire Emblem. So that was all of the materials in this week's video reel thing. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna be adding some here. There we go. You're currently building a collection of World War I and World War II related items? Ooh, cool. I miss all my World War II buddies. One day I'll have to go back to Texas and see another reenactment. At this point, I wouldn't go back and do it just because of like being in the show battles, just because of my health and my hair color now. So I'll have to slowly build up. So basically with foam clay, especially on masking tape, it doesn't adhere as well. So when it's still really hot, I have to kind of wait for it to cool some. So that's that part right there. And then I'll kind of move to different areas while that, before building up on it, while it cools. Yeah. Waiting for it to cool. And this being, since I've worked with this clay a lot now, on a lot of different bigger builds, I'm slowly getting so much cat hair in them. So I have to constantly, like, pull it out. Honeyfro, welcome on! Happy Saturday! Okay. So it looks like the next part is gonna be roughly around here. So there is like a strap that comes here, but it's really close to the next one. So I'm gonna build up this part. We'll do the strap probably last once I figure out the exact shapes of these things. This is where I'm gonna have to start moving a little slower just so it can connect. It does okay with the cardboard though. But it does heat up the cardboard for thinner materials, like thinner pieces of cardboard. And it absorbs the moisture, so it kind of disforms a little bit. So we'll leave that there for now, and then we'll keep building up. What am I working on today? This is continuing with Sally Whitemane, and these are the shoe parts. So we just stuffed the shoe with a bunch of different items, to say the least. I'm gonna see if I can, if I do that, will it help with the balance? Maybe a little bit? Oh, can't cut this piece. And I'm hoping with the Wonder Woman cosplay, since it is done, He's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Hopefully, I doubt it'll be next week, but the week after, I think I'll be able to do the photo shoot, so. The shoe is currently a Thanksgiving turkey of, yes, it is, it's the, where you shove stuff up the turkey's bum and it's a bunch of different things. There's like, you know, the beer cans and all the different items. Yes, that's what it is. Oh, she has another strap too up here. I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah. I'm really happy with how the costume turned out. Especially with the red, like, bodysuit that I purchased, how ugly and cheap it looked, and how I was able to transform it into what it is now. It looks so much better. But yeah, I do have to be aware when wearing it. It is hot. I had it on probably for like 30 minutes to do videos and pictures for my posts and stuff, but because there's a lot of parts that are leather, like the whole corset is leather, the black parts of the skirts is all leather, it's a basically full bodysuit and stuff with boots and leather parts here and there. It was very toasty, so it's not a summer cosplay. But I feel like I always make my hot cosplays, like the ones that are very hot to wear in the summertime, and then I always make my, I guess, showing more skin cosplays in the wintertime for some reason. I don't really know. It is not wanting to stick on that part, but we'll see. A good transit, yeah. How are we with this? Still very warm. Yeah. Building up always takes a bit of time. You do that as well? Yeah. Do I ever do monster makeup? I've never done any, like, FX monster makeup, if that's what you're talking about. I'm still learning, silicone stuff. That's the Sarah Caracan cosplay, which is another side build. That one I'm trying to learn, silicone and things like that. But yeah. We are... I need to go out probably about this far with it-ish, maybe more. It's a very weird thing. And then around the ankle, which I'm going to add a little bit more tape because it's not sitting on the silicone very well. I just didn't do a line on the back, so I gotta be aware of that. There you go. That'll sit a little better. Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. So I assume nobody had anything planned for today, since y'all are watching the stream. But anybody have any plans tonight? Saturday night, any fun adventures? I'm just gonna be staying in. Working tonight? You work too much, Adam. I feel like you work every single night. Not really? Yeah. I will have to print out a reference image. Like, I'm looking at it, but I think it'll be better if I just print it and then I can kind of carve my shape based on it. It'll be a lot easier. I'm also looking at it reversed, so. Nope, just sewing today. Nice. Yeah, I have a good balance right now. Because this build is definitely heavy sculpting and 3D printing. And then the Ray costume is 100% sewing, but then also putting the apparel printer material on it. And that, so I printed out just the cape, not the collar, not the shawl part or anything. Just the design for the cape alone. Took a little over 8 hours to print every single element. And then now I'm gonna have to transfer it onto the fabric. So it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be I'm gonna sit down in the living room and work back and forth with putting it all on and making sure everything aligns perfectly. That's gonna be the scariest part because I cannot mess up with this fabric. It's expensive. So someday you'll win the lotto and I'll work. That's the goal. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'd show it, but I don't want to, because my hands have the clay, like, oils on it. I don't want to go and touch them. So, but yeah, it's a lot of parts. Oh, I missed yours. You're actually at the salon under the dryer, unfortunately. Hey, aw. Are you getting, are you doing your natural hair, or are you getting new, new wefts? New, like, I don't know, extensions? Extensions, maybe? Or a new wig? I don't know the correct term. I wants to see these pictures. Once you're done. I always love the different hairstyles you have. Okay, we are doing, I think that's far enough for there, but it does come out. I think I might get getting natural hair done. Oh, okay, cool. Very nice. I think, so she has like a pointed shoe, but with pointed shoes, when you add an attachment, I always find that you have issues with walking, with it breaking when it's not part of the shoe. So I might not have it fully to a point. We might just kind of have like a mock-up version. Maybe. This is Monster Clay that we are working with. And Monster Clay, it never dries out and it activates with heat. So it's something that's good for sculpting. It's not like ceramics clay where it'll dry and then you can put it in a kiln and make it firm and usable. It's really for sculpting and for making cast of, and it's reusable. So Wait for that to cool a little bit. Hee hee. Because most of this is kind of surrounded by the soup part. It's a little more hot. So I wanna wait to touch it a little bit. If it wasn't so overfilling because the pot's full, it'd be fine, but it's a little much right now. And for me, with my hair, I need to, if you notice, my roots are showing a little bit. So I'm planning probably on Monday to bleach my hair again, and then Tuesday we'll go back to another blue. I typically do it every 2 months, but I alternate every time if I do my roots or not. I love that the whole table is shaking when I do this. Okay. And then I think at this point I want to print this image off so I can get the exact shape, because even if I build up stuff here, it's going to be easier for me to make. So the image I'm looking at, the shoe for this part, it has like cascading parts. So there's like a gem here, but then there's 1 flap, 2 flaps, and then 3 flaps here. And then there's a strap here and a strap here. And then this one is the tip with another strap right here. And then of course there's the heel, but I'm not doing the heel right now. So I think that'll be the best course for doing this, to make sure I have the, so I can build up without having to build up, remove, build up kind of thing. So let me see about printing something. Urgh, my hands are so oily. Bum, 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 bum. Let me see. I'm gonna need to put this into Photoshop. And then images. Bum, 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 bum. What image do I have up right now? This is 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You. Crop it up. Boop. Okay. And then I actually don't have a colored printer. So I know y'all can't see what I'm doing, but what I do with my images is I end up making them so they're black and white. And then I'll make it where I'll change it so the contrast is a lot more, because typically like this image is like red on red. So it makes it really hard to see. So I'll turn up the brightness quite a bit Okay, that. And then we'll change our balance on these. Ooh, that made it worse. There. Okay. File, save as. That. Okay. And then I can put it in. Finally gets to me. Welcome on, Jurassic Shark James. I am trying to print off a reference image right now to use. And then I'll get back to sculpting. I think I'm gonna have to print this in 2 pages. So for that, I need to go in Adobe Illustrator. The annoying thing about AI now is I used to call Adobe Illustrator AI, but now you can't because obviously it's like, You. Okay. That. Ungroup. Ungroup. Delete. Pull this image in. And then I need it to be graphic design. Also, yeah. Hi, Yadara, welcome on. Where's my ruler? So we're looking at, we'll say like 15 inches. So I need it to be we're gonna do this as a guesstimate. And then arrange, send it back. Okay. You. Almost done. Sorry, guys. Takes a bit to get everything. Group. And it's still gonna be a pretty fuzzy image, but it'll be fine. So we'll see if this is kind of close. Print. Print. You can tell when the printer is activated because the light flickers. And print. It needs paper. Now I specifically got this printer because, so it's a special black, like it's an ordinary black and white printer. It's an old school one, but it's special now because they don't make a lot of these. And when I did metal smithing, there's a thing called etching paper. And basically, with the etching paper, when you wanted to, like etching where the acid would corrode onto your metal and eat away with it, this specific material, or like this etching paper, when you printed on it with black ink, the black ink would basically make it as a shield so the acid wouldn't eat your metal. And so this was that specific printer that I've always used for it. I've just never gotten a color printer. Okay, such a lovely image. Such a lovely image. Oh yeah. Only the best quality. Oh, I didn't flip it. That's okay. That's okay. I just need to see if this is kind of the scale. Yes, that's our scale. So I'm just gonna real quick flip it. Transform. Reflect. Okay. Meep, meep, meep. One more time. Print. Print. Okay. We should be good now. Cheers. Yeah. The lovely smell of computer paper and ink. I can move this here now. I tried, but I can't reverse it, so. Okay. Sorry, talking to myself on that. Let us real quickly tape it together. You know, you have to correct yourself when you say AI files, when you should be saying, yeah. I had to make sure, so on my website, I have like a disclaimer that I made everything in either Rhino or like all the programs, and I had to go through and change a lot of stuff because I was abbreviating all of it, and then when AI started getting really big, it was like, well, this definitely needs to change. In contrast, like color or image change? Contrast is more of like, some of the words are, I'm terrible with words, so me describing things. You can change the, like the lighting on it, the exposure, and then like the contrast makes it where it gets more dark and light at the same time kind of thing. Yeah, that's a better explanation. Contrast on an image shows the difference between things like dark and light or other colors. If you print images, you can adjust it to the printer and the color. Oh, you're a European person. I see the color. Because not every brighter fits the right. Yeah. So like when I put it in and I do black and white, you can still, for Photoshop, I can change the intensity of like how much of the red shows versus the white, and so that helps it balance. So this image looks like absolute garbage, but it's enough that I can get what I need to put on there. But originally, I've done all the changes on here, so you can see these parts are extremely blown out of being like super white. And that's just so I could see it. Where this is a red image on a red costume with red gold. So it makes it extremely hard to print and see if it's not in color. Miss Pings along the way go. Oh no, you're all good! I love seeing that. No, that's just like one of the, because here in the US, there's not a U in color, and so I love seeing it, because that's like one of the only things I actually, like, I am terrible at reading and writing. I cannot spell to save my life, and most of the time people, like, they'll do, like, little puns or something that are word stuff, and I don't understand it, but I understood that one, so it's like, yeah. So you're good. Sorry, I missed a few. Oni girl, hey girl, I made 3 Amil heads because of you. Oh my, why did you make 3? But congrats! I'm glad, I guess my videos and patterns helped, if you use those. But I'm curious, why 3? Okay, let us cut out our shape. I'm gonna do a base right now, and I'll kind of draw it on. There's so much clay on the table. Find out, or find something to kind of hold the head back up. Oh! Like a hat. Okay, gotcha. Sorry. What you can do is, if you're wearing it, you can, if it's coming too far forward, you can always put some foam behind as like a little headrest, and that'll kind of help it from pushing forward, possibly. First time making something you didn't cut right and didn't round the teeth. But it's a good learning thing. Yeah. Okay. So based on our image, which I wish I could see better. So it looks like there's diamonds on each of these. Diamond. I hear the planes from the air show. I'm really sad that I'm missing it right now. Yeah, you learned from your mistakes. Second one, you didn't see an Yeah, sanding it. I think the Emil one, I hand sanded everything. I don't know, it's been a while. But typically for those, I hand sand all of the circle mascot heads. Oh, they take forever. And your hand gets so tired. Okay, that's that. Yeah. That's like the one thing the only trick I have is the sanding sticks, but Dremel wise, like you can, but it doesn't work correctly, so I have no idea what this image, like this part is. Sorry, my camera moved. This part here, no idea. And then this part is our kind of a diamond-like thing. Oops. There's like a diamond and a diamond-ish. And then it goes to here. It's like a weird... I feel like... So this image is based off of a statue and not the in-game character. And I feel like when they designed this, for printing, it was causing issues because this is the shoe right here. So it to be sticking up this far just seems like a weird kind of thing. Like I had to do that when I printed the shoulder pad part, but it just seems kind of weird. Okay, that's that. Blah, blah, blah. So I can cut this out. We will see how well this turns. Sorry, I'm missing a bunch. I see the chat going up and down from my peripheral, but I'm not reading it right now. I messed that part up. Oh well. Beep. What is she doing? Oh. Okay. Really confused. There's a dad and his daughter trying to catch butterflies in my front yard. Which I'll allow, but that was very, very weird. I'm used to Texas. You don't go on people's stuff, so it's a little weird. I don't know. Okay. Sorry. Ah! Alright, so we've got our piece. Try to make it so y'all can see a little better. A little bit. Okay. And then yeah, we definitely go a bit higher. So let's kind of do our image. Yeah, one thing I've been aware of, though, is we've had a bit of issues in the neighborhood with, vandalization. There's been, like, an abandoned car across the street, and a bunch of kids came and bashed it and broke into it, and there's been a bunch of stuff like that recently. So I've been a little more cautious with when I hear things, and we have cameras all over the place that are motion sensor that have alarms and stuff, so we're pretty good, but I'm still a little cautious, but I'm totally fine if a kid wants to catch butterflies with his dad in my front yard. I am fine with that. Ah! Your name in English is not so as fancy as it is in German, because in German it is a thing and a joke. In English it was called stolen good arts. Ah! Yeah, I didn't know. I couldn't read the first part, so I'm just like, gut art. Yeah, it is a bit scary. Like, we've been fine, and they do have cops here all the time, but it's, we also live next to, I guess, a refugee area, and so we'll have, like, new groups come, and you know when the new groups come, because then, like, everybody comes out, and I have nothing against them, but sometimes there's a lot more break-ins at times, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm just a little more cautious on some stuff. But yeah. I just made a video and aw, thank you. I'll check it out after the stream. But yeah, most of the refugees are wonderful people. They're super nice. And a lot of them will bring the kids, like the moms will bring their kids to the playground and stuff. But then you have the teenagers specifically who are not. So that's the kind of thing, and that's what the ones that broke into the car technically 2 nights ago, that was them. So it was a little nerve-wracking. Okay, I need to add some masking tape on this. Asked you to share the process, but you... Oh no, it's okay. You're all good. Need a moat and sharks. I am all for the Japanese wall around your house. I want that I want to be able to, like, not have people walk in my yard. I'm that old person that's like, get out of my yard. I want to be able to go out and not be harassed by neighbors. I want to bring my cats outside and just have fun. Yeah. I don't know. I should have made the cardboard taller. Actually, did I cut it? Clips! Oh yeah, I didn't say hi. I'm sorry. Hi Cliff, how are you? I like, your note was highlighted and I read it and I didn't read your name. Sorry. We're gonna cut another little strip. So it'll sit on it better. Okay, voila. And I'm gonna remove this just a little bit. Bum, 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 bum. Give me a little more tape. Ah, thanks for the follow. Makes picture, don't know them often. You make this time your wife when she. Oh, okay. Not funny. That's fine. Boop. Arts and crafts with Tiff. You bought skins in the game? How much money did you spend? Okay. Overall, have a great stream, Tiff. Promise not to get it. All good. Well, thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful weekend. Hello. So this clay never goes hard, it never dries out. It will get, I guess you consider hard. Like this one is more, like it's became a more. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this way. It's not as easy to work with, but your heat is what activates it. So the more heat that I do, the easier it is to move. So once it cools down, it, at that point, I guess, hardens, but it will always be able to, like, use it. So that's why I have it in a crock pot. So I changed the temperature here. So soup. So the more liquidy stuff is hotter, and then in the center, this is more cooler kind of surface, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on. A lot of times I'll just change the temperature though, back and forth depending on what I want. You can overcook it though. So if I was to leave this on hot all day for like 24 hours, which I've actually accidentally left it on, it does start to burn. It's a terrible smell, really hard to get rid of. Don't recommend it, don't do it. It's not toxic, but it's terrible. And yeah, it just turns to soup and just starts, yeah, so. Okay. Get a little more out. About to go and eat. I'll share your hair on Discord. Have a great stream. Aw. Happy food, and I hope that the hair turns out wonderful. Yeah. Well, see, it's spooky season soon, and they released a witch skin for the females. Which game are you playing? Did I miss this? I want to see these skins. So Overwatch, whoever the robot girl is, her bathing suit one, she's like absolutely gorgeous. I love that skin. Yeah. So if you warm it up, it becomes soft to work with. Yeah. So you can, all of this, like all of my sculpts, I've done full body sculptures with this. And then when I'm done, I just like use tools like this and the spatula and things. And then I just scrape it off and put it back into the crock pot. And you can just keep reusing it over and over again. You have to learn because you're the 3D printing guy and your wife is crafting food. Yeah, so all these pieces, I end up doing this, and then I use my 3D scanner, and I scan it, and then with the file, the mesh, I'll have to edit it, and then I mirror it. So that's why I'm only doing 1/2, because then I'll mirror it in my program, and I can go from there. And personally, like, I'm really good at 3D modeling and rendering things and everything from scratch. I just don't enjoy it whatsoever. And so I found that doing this method, like the whole point of this specific cosplay is to learn to print everything in TPU, which, oh, here it is. So this is the TPU. So I sculpted this part same way out of clay, and then printed it, and TPU is like a rubber filament, which I shouldn't be touching this either because of the oils. Now it's gonna have issues with painting. I gotta clean it up. But the whole point is to try to do that and make this more of an enjoyable experience, because this is my full-time job. I want to be able to, I'm always trying to learn things, but I'm also trying to find ways that I really enjoy and not just I'm making it to make it. If that makes sense. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Looks like I need to add a little bit more. The first descendant. Okay. It's the first descendant. That's funny. This is exactly what you've been looking for. You wanted to find a clay to 3. Yeah, this is the best clay I've found with working with. If you are wanting a clay to sculpt and be reusable. If you're wanting a clay to harden and be able to, like, that is it, then this is not for you. But if you are specifically just wanting it for this purpose, it works great. I use specifically, I still have one open container. So this is the Monster Clay Medium. They have soft, which is, so medium is like an in-between range where when heating it up, you can kind of see how I've been doing this. If you're doing it in soft, it heats up a lot easier. But if you were in a hotter climate, it's more likely to not melt on you, but make it where it's a lot easier to your hand to accidentally just barely touch and make a dent. And then hard is you have to heat it up quite a bit more to use. So, but I have used, for doing a full body sculpt, well, half of a body, it took me 3 full containers, and that's why I have one more left, is because I bought a 4th one just in case. And then I have about 1.5 in this crock pot, and then I have another container with just dry parts of clay, like a Tupperware thing, so I can continue using it. Where's my stuff? Go there. But yeah, if you look on my Instagram page, or TikTok or wherever, you can see what I have sculpted with it so far. The full body one that I did was for Sarah Kerrigan, but that was like at the beginning of the year. Otherwise, it's just been this cosplay so far. So, okay, there is our thing, and this is, sorry, it's like a tall, maybe that's better? Ish. Shish. Also, I think it's about to dump rain outside. Honestly, you didn't have time to model big things, only little things because of full-time jobs, healthcare. Okay, so a nurse. No word for. That's okay. That's an important job, though. So yeah. Polymer clay, because you've made things. I have never used that type of clay before, so I can't tell you the difference. In general, just like a doctor, it's both male and female, and a nurse is both male and female. Just like a flight attendant is both male and female, so it's all good. Okay. Sorry, distractor-rude! Distractor-rude! So now that we have the layers, I can first start building this up. So what I want to do is basically each of these are going to be at like 45. So from this part, I need to have to here where we have our build-up for this one. So I'm going to kind of do just a general. So I need to have it kind of come to here. Boop. And then I will grab some more clay and we'll go to town. Yes, I know that Blick's Art Supply sells this clay. Which does ship internationally, but you can also get it on Amazon, which is where I got this one. But I don't know specifically if... I'm sure Amazon also ships internationally for this stuff, but I don't know, depending on which country, because it has oils in it and stuff. I don't know if you'll have, like, restrictions or something. I don't know. I know there's weird things. But it will be, it does add up, but I mean, it's 100% reusable. Be aware if you have pets, the cat hair and dog hair and stuff, it just beds itself in it, which is not fun. Just found on Amazon, you wish listed it there just to keep it, yeah. Okay. And thanks guys for watching. If you're enjoying the stream and you are new, make sure to like, follow the channel, sub, whatever. I appreciate it. I only stream for fun. I try to do it once a week, just so the community, y'all can come and ask questions and stuff, since I have a hard time responding through text stuff. Words. I'm so bad with words. I think I need to make a tripod. Let's see. fine. It's so dark outside now. Yeah, that was just something that you could physically sculpt and scan. Use your computer to. Yeah. That's what I've done with this. Something to be aware of though when doing the scanning method is all of your sculpting, whatever details you make, you do need to make it twice as deep. So it can be picked up by the scanner and not get washed away. Like my scanner, I have a Creality scanner, and it works really well, but you do lose a tiny bit of details. Like if you were to just do a small little like texture from this onto this where you have that texture, it picks up some of it, but it does have a little bit of a hard time. And then if you're gonna 3D print it, you basically don't really see that almost at all. So you have to be aware. Either that or go in your mesh file and add more to it, which I kind of do a balance back and forth. So I'll take it once I get the scan and I fix it in Rhino. I will then put it into Nomad and I'll add extra details or fix lines and stuff if need be. But it's typically just to make sure the mesh comes together properly, because obviously even if it's a cardboard straight line as much as possible, it's not going to be a straight line. So yeah. Okay. That. So I need this part to come flat. This had to be your next question because here in Germany, all is complicated in different ways when you have some special orders. Love the costumes. You don't know how often I have to go there in the last 20 years because of yeah, I know Germany has some issues. I know Mexico has issues with getting paint, like airbrush paint, because I'm sponsored by Createx Colors, which is an airbrush paint company, and they ship worldwide except for Mexico, or at least I don't know if it's still the case now, but for some reason there was issues there, so I don't know. But I know there's also a new EU thing that's coming into place this month, which doesn't affect me and my company, just because I do digital cells, but I know it affects a lot of other people in shipping products and things, but I don't know 100% what that whole thing is. A Ravo point. Oh, I think my thing... Let me refresh this. I think my... Did juice... Connect! There we go. My Instagram died. Okay, and then this part I need to cool so then I can start carving it, so I'm gonna switch down to the bottom section temporarily. I want to check the weather because we are getting very scary clouds outside. Okay. One thing I gotta be aware of is making sure there's no tornado coming. Oh. Because it just instantly got dark. I don't know if you've noticed. So, a little nerve-wracking there. Has problems with all that don't fit in a rule order. What? Okay. Huh. Oh, there's the rain. Now it's starting. We went from completely sunny to butterfly catching weather to dim, dark, and yeah. So this part, because of the angle, den German industry. Okay, yeah, I did not understand that at all. So thank you. So yeah, here we're gonna. I think we're gonna do it here. Try to get some of our lines. And then this one goes kind of like... maybe like that. Kind of looks like a dinosaur right now. Dinosaur foot. I think that's relatively good. I like that shape. Pirate skins. Cut. Okay. Oh, sorry. Didn't realize I got out of the view. I've been really bad at that today. Y'all have, is it Gamescom coming up? Is anybody going to that? that is a convention I would love to go to in person. I have technically been a cosplay judge for their competition years ago, but it was online at that time. But I would love to actually attend in person. E. It's always the longest part, is trying to build up all your forms first before you actually can get into the nice and pretty things. Adding details and stuff. Okay, have that. This part is still a little warm, but we can kind of carve into it, I think, now. So I'm gonna move to our next spot. Oops, I made that first. There we go. Next costume you have to visit is cosplay contest on the Gamescom in Cologne. A friend is there with some props. That's cool. Yeah, I've never done in person. I've never been able to go to any of the European cosplay stuff conventions, but would love to one day. Hoping to in the talks with some other places right now, but we'll see. But in terms of conventions, BlizzCon is still the next one for me. So kind of trying to make it even right now for this part, and then we'll flip up to the next cliff. Hey, now that you have your fancy job, have you thought about doing BlizzCon? I know you said you travel a lot, but for work now. But maybe in the future? I don't know when the next time I'll be able to do a Texas convention again. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I've only been to one BlizzCon, and that was the 2023 one when I won the cosplay contest. So this will be my second one. But I was blown away. Like, even though everybody said, like, the last one was, I guess what they were saying was, like, it was a letdown compared to other ones, but I was still blown away. I loved it. So now with a completely different staff in charge of it, I'm really excited to see what they do. For sure in the future, maybe. And then this one, it does still have the red texture that I did, but I'm not actually going to put it into the sculpt because it wasn't showing up in the scan at all. And so I ended up modeling it on. So I'm gonna do that instead. And it'll save me some time. But try to smooth this out a little. Hope you can visit this next year with your wife. Never is in the US and hope to show her highlights. Yeah. See if I can get this a little smoother. I was using this one instead. This one's one of my favorite tools. It's a rubber tip one. Otherwise, I've been using kind of like this, and then the wooden ones. But temperature-wise, still a little hotter than what I would ideally want to work with this. Just hear all the thunder. Thanks for a nice time. Come back. But your Mac is nearly shut down. All good. Thanks for stopping by and have a wonderful rest of your day. You see a cat? Where is she? Let's see. Which way did she go? Oh, Yuki! Yuki! Hi, pretty girl. You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah. This one's Yuki. It means snow in Japanese. Yeah. You pretty girl. You saw her walk in? Yeah. They're in sleepy time right now. Nami was here earlier. She's the brown one. And Nami means wave, so like tsunami. Oh, okay. There you go. There you go. She normally, more cat hair for the clay. She'll normally sleep like right over here in the corner. Or, so I just replaced this chair, and the old chair is hers because she likes to scratch chairs, which is why I have the blanket on it so she doesn't rip it to bits. But the old one has been put in by the front door because I've been trying to get rid of it, but she's just claimed it and she's constantly like sleeping on it and scratching it, and she's not scratching anything else, so I've kind of just been like, okay, that's your chair, I guess. So yeah, a little funny. Alright, so next we can do our outer trim. So I'm gonna put this on. But yeah, they come in here quite a bit. The kitties love to supervise things. That. Right there. Oops. Okay, so that gives us our basic line. So now I can remove what is that part? Yeah, do y'all have any pets? I just have the two kitties. They're both ragdolls. We used to have Many people may remember Sir Ches, but he passed away a few years ago. He was the rabbit. He was our little channel mascot for a long time. Your sister has a Yorkie? That still counts. Yorkies are always cute. My sister had one, I had a Jack Russell Terrier at my dad's house because my parents were divorced. And then my sister had a Yorkie. But it ended up... She was a big Yorkie. So she was like a slight mix of something. When we thought she was gonna be more of like a teacup one, but she wasn't. You have 2 cats as well, both girls, named Nala and Tutti. I think I remember those. Does the names mean anything specific? Considering. I mean, you have a big house now, or well, I don't know big, but you have a house now. Where'd my thing go? Where'd it go? Ah! Go back up. There we go. Ches lives on and stuff. Yeah, he really does. I miss him. He was a good little sir. He was so funny with his communication with thumping and like he'd be like grr and like like and he'd communicate with his slinky by tossing it up and down. Like, I want this now. Nah, they're adopted from a shelter and you kept the names because they're cute. Nala also knows her name, so okay. That makes sense. They're cute names, though. It's true, your house broken. Cliff's house is broken! Yay! Oh, sorry. Camera thought I was somebody else. Alright, let us start to make our edge. So now that we have this, I'll be making our triangle part. So I gotta make our strip. Kind of how we did on the other stuff. And it's cold enough. Not cool enough. It's not as hot now. So I can just put my hand in the goop. We can make our lines. Has to be a slightly bigger one than what I normally would make. So. Okay. And then we'll, now that we've got that line, we can kind of do our triangle. The nice thing about this entire build is it's a lot of, like, all of the edging is triangle and it's a lot easier to make. That one got a little thin. Somebody getting it. Alright, so we have the base shape, so now I'm going to cut it. So I need my tool, this one. Oh, for some reason the camera flipped out on that. I love that Yuki's just been sitting there. Okay. That is that. So now we can put it onto the piece. It's International Cat Day. I had no idea that was a thing. Well, happy Cat Day, Yuki and Ani, wherever y'all went. Nope, wrong one. The internet tells you. Pretty much. What are you up to, Adam? I assume World of Warcraft? Yeah. How's the house coming along? I'm expecting it to be all glamorous and everything. Keep loose a little. Okay, and then do this side. And then need to make the shape, which is there, and then kind of there. I'm still getting it. Compared to working on a 3D printed part, the 3D printed part definitely makes it where it cools down the clay a lot faster. We're working on the cardboard and then especially the masking tape. The masking tape, because it does have the adhesion on the opposite side, it kind of reacts to the heat of the monster clay and it makes it where everything stays hotter. So it's a little slower than I normally would be carving. Started to sound like him. Yuki, you're back. Welcome, welcome. Hi, pretty girl. Oh, you found a cardboard, huh? You gonna hide behind it? The cardboard piece that I used to cut all this is like laying on the ground. And she's trying to figure out how to get around it. Please, hey, don't chew wire. I know you're upset. I'm sorry, do you want me to move it? Here, you go. There you go. Is that better? I'm a little turd. So basically with how I work on my clay stuff is I always try to do the base layer first. So that's how I started with this flat part, and then we're doing this one. And then the next layer I'll end up adding on top. So that way it's already done. Since your fingers can leave indentations, especially your fingernails, in the clay really easily. So I kind of like to have each part done and not work in between. So I have resting spots for my hand. Hey, Destruction Cat. I know you were just being a troublemaker now. Are you upset? Are you upset? Yeah? Grumpy kitty, huh? Do you want to look out? Look. Do you want... Here. Oh, I can't open it with one hand. There you go. You want to see? Open the window for her. Troublemaker. Oh, now you don't want it? Okay. Well, the window's going to be open for a little bit. I'm surprised Nami hasn't run in here. They are obsessed with the windows being open normally. free if anybody has any questions on whether what I'm working on or their own cosplay stuff, feel free to ask. I am currently working on a Sally Whitemane cosplay from World of Warcraft, and this is the leg armor right now, or shoe armor, I guess. Moved on me ever so slightly. It's actually really nice to hear the rain right now with the window open. Alright, that's done. So next we need to do, actually I'm going to do a slight line here, and then I'm going to add the diamond there after cutting this bottom part. Okay, do our detail line. Okay, now the diamond. Which I had trouble making diamonds last time, so we'll see. But I'm only technically making like half of it, so it should be fine. Ish. Ish, ish, ish. Hey, Luke. Welcome back. Yeah, the window's open. Go enjoy it. Go enjoy it. Or are you gonna jump up here? Okay, you're gonna come in. Yeah. Yeah. All these nice sharp tools. There's a window. She's like, pay attention. Now she's gonna watch the rain. My little kitty. My little kitty, I love you. Okay. Making the diamond, so I'll put this back down here. That was some nice thunder. I had trouble with diamonds before, so we'll see how well I can do this one. Oh, I think this song's Pokemon. Across the lands, searching for you. He's Pokemon. We'll see if this song gets flagged on YouTube. So I haven't heard it on this station before. Or if it's so far off from the original, if it doesn't. I'm not opening it. You have the other window open, Yuki. You're not getting that one. I'm sorry. She'll probably start destroying something now because the window. Okay, can you not? Don't do that. I know you're a troublemaker. You're a troublemaker. Almost done with this piece. Okay. Let's see if it kind of works. For adding our diamond. Probably should have cut it. Oh well. I don't know how to understand this though. Caitlin! Love your content. It's such a great. Aw, I'm glad. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Currently working on my Sally Whitemane costume. Doing the shoe part. With the cat. Who's trying to, help to say the least. Yes, please don't. Please don't. Can you not? I don't know if y'all could see her biting my tool. Mr. Kappa is leaving now. I kind of want this just to go all the way down, but it looks so weird. She's trying to improve my technique. Yeah. She's definitely not trying to lose another tooth, that's for sure. She is only 3 years old, and just one day I noticed she was missing one of her main fang teeth. Don't know how. It's like, what did you do? So we always make jokes now of like, oh, well, you're just gonna lose another. It like, It's so hard to make this shape on just one side. I don't know. Working with kitty helpers is always the biggest challenge when crafting. Yeah. No, it's the cat hair for me. Especially with monster clay, it's just half of it is cat hair. So I have to be like cautious on things. Constantly picking out the cat hair from the clay. Normal stuff, you know. Okay, I think I kind of figured out how we're gonna do it, but I need to cut off parts. Yeah, one of the things that she did, so I have 2 dual blades in here. That, battle damage was Yuki trying to improve it. Was not happy at all about that. So grumpy. She still does it. She gets yelled at all the time for it. But I know it's because she gets attention from it, and that's why she does it. Yeah, Brapsopho clay with the... But or at least the core... Yeah. So much cat hair everywhere. But it's not a finished costume unless there's cat hair, right? Oh, you're gonna go bite the tools too now. Okay, can we not? Those are gonna actually hurt you. The new X-Tool apparel printer, where when it's done, it spits out the paper out at the bottom. So it has like a print tray kind of thing. That's the perfect size for a kitty to go in. So I have to never have the tray actually out because it extends, because the cats will just sit on it and break it. And then I have to have a cardboard box inserted into it so they don't climb in and go into the machine. So that was a fun learning experience when I first like unboxed it and found the cats instantly running into it. Okay. Kind of figured it out, so I'm just having to like smooth other parts. Now that I have it on here, I can see and make the shape, but when I was trying to do it on the table, it just was like, my brain for some reason couldn't comprehend it as well. Off to work for you. Have a good rest of the stream and weekend. Thanks for stopping by, Adam, and have a good worky work. He should be back on possibly next Friday. It depends with Air Force stuff. But back on our normal stream day. We shall see. It's kind of hard to work on this though because I can't really rotate it very well. Like I want to, but it's like awkward. I don't know. Have any plans on doing any cons in Chicago soon, if not next year? Nothing planned right now, but I would like to go back to C2E2. I really enjoyed that con a lot. As of right now, the only convention that I am booked for is BlizzCon, and I'm one of the judges for the cosplay contest. But a lot of conventions this year have not been, not wanting to pay cosplayers. They're just, like, so I haven't been booked for many. And because this is my full-time job, it's harder to just go to conventions without guesting. I typically try to do one convention a year that I do just for fun. And, BlizzCon was that convention, but then they ended up hiring me, so it kind of turned into both, I guess. Cliff. Yeah, the only other close convention I did towards that area this year was Odafest, but that was in Canada. Totally understandable. I hope more cons are more willing to actually pay cosplayers. It's such a huge... Yeah. No, a lot of them... The ones that do pay are really great to work with. They care about their cosplayers and their guests. And a lot of those conventions, the cosplay... Like, I'm hired a lot for doing judging, specifically in craftsmanship. And those, they have really great contests. But a lot of conventions now just want influencers, which I guess technically you could consider me an influencer, but I'm not a TikTok dancer. I'm not, like, nothing wrong with that, but that's just not me. That's not my work. And I have decent numbers, but I don't have, like, some of the really large followings. And a lot of the real, like, there's a good portion of the really large followings that are just store-bought cosplays. And again, nothing wrong with that, but in terms of guesting, that's where a lot of the conventions are going towards now, and it's based on that and not it's a lot of them will just go for free and they want people local. The convention isn't really wanting to pay, so it's kind of a mix of all of that now, unfortunately. Like, it's great for the ones that are in those categories, but in terms of if you're just like a craftsmanship person, it's not as much. I have never been to Tennessee before. It's like we're halfway there, but I'm still not happy with the shape. I need to, I keep, like, cutting it and it goes round. That's my problem. Yeah, I think I've said no to probably about 6 conventions this year 6 convention invites that invited me but didn't want to pay anything. Some of them that like were only paying like $100, which for me, that's not worth it for going. And it was all things like that, so I just haven't really done any this year, unfortunately. But that's okay. I mean, I've got a lot of health issues too, so for me to leave the house and actually do a convention does take a lot of effort. I have to deal with a lot of health stuff and making sure I have all my medicines and things, and procedures, the proper food that I can eat. I'm that problem child, so... This stupid diamond! Oh my gosh! I hate it. I hate it! Yeah! It's like the one shape that I've had trouble with this whole time, and it's all over the cosplay. Ugh. Grump, grump, grump. Grump, 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 grump. I think I'm going to just have these lines and I'm going to move on. And I'll come back to it. Yeah, I'd say if you want me to come to a convention near you, the best option is to request me as a cosplay guest to the convention. And the more people that request me, the more likely they're going to invite me. And then from that point, it just depends on if they pay or not. I've had some conventions that, like, they don't want to pay, they don't want to cover travel, they don't want to cover your hotel, and it's just like, well then why? It's not even an invite at that point. You're just providing a badge, and you can get that for free if you, like, just want a press badge kind of thing. So, yeah. Okay. So our next one, because I'm moving on from this stupid diamond. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and trim this part off. Okay, and then we're gonna want it to come to about here. To build up. Alright, and then we can kind of... I'll build up first. You're going to Anime Magic in a couple of weeks. I've heard of that convention. Going to have your entire group request you for Anime Magic and... Aw, thank you. I appreciate it. They must pay something. Last year they had, yeah, I don't know any of those names offhand. Or wait, no, I do. Well, so conventions will pay guests, but a lot of conventions don't see a cosplayer as a guest. So that's like a big thing. So I want this one to be higher than the other area. So I'm kind of building it up a little more. Oh, speaking of, in case you missed the spiel earlier, Coscom Cosplay Supply, which they are a cosplay supplier here in the US, they are actually putting on an international online cosplay competition that anybody can enter, with skill levels from beginner, novice, advanced, and masters. And as long as the cosplay has not won in a competition before, you are eligible. And then submissions for that close at the end of the month, I believe. So, but if you're interested in that, go to their official Instagram page, Coscom Cosplay Supply, and they have a pinned post which will tell you how you can submit. And it's got a lot of good judges that have not all been announced yet. So yeah. I think we're pretty good on the build up, because the rest part I'll do with the other thing, but just add a tiny bit more. Okay, and then we'll trace our line again. cut it. Definitely built it up a lot there. I want to build it up more here though. Like we got really high here, but I don't think, actually that's our diamond there. We're gonna do the diamond slightly different, so it's already part of it. But I want to have it where it kind of starts to go around-ish, I think. So just a little bit more on that area. That's starting to get there. I think we're getting that shape. You've been looking through my links, making lists of stuff you need to get. Well, I'm glad you're finding them helpful. What's the big things on your list? The airbrushes right now? Gotcha. Well, have you airbrushed before? Because that may determine some things. If you've never airbrushed before, I recommend buying cheap equipment first. Don't get big expensive stuff because you will ruin your airbrush, guaranteed. Like the first few times you use it. Because you need to learn how to clean it properly and to maintain it. So I always recommend buying a cheap, crappy set. I started off with the Masters airbrush kit on Amazon. It normally comes with 3 different airbrushes, so different types, so you can figure out which type you like to use because there's different trigger locations, no, you haven't, okay. There's feeders for the paint on the head versus underneath, things like that. So figuring out which one you want. It also typically the kits will come with like a basic compressor and a hose. They'll come with some basic paint and things like that. So that'll get you set for, they're normally like $120 to get you going. So it's doable. Yeah. And that'll at least get you to figure out all the different stuff that you want. Also to see if you potentially hate airbrushing, which I love it, but then you're not investing so much into everything. Learning off of that, you're gonna need your airbrush cleaner. So there are also kits for airbrush cleaning. Typically it's a little circle drum that has a spot for you to put the airbrush in and to clean. And then it comes with like a gold little tube that's like that. When you unscrew it, it has a little needle to help clean inside. It'll come with a lot of times black little brushes to clean and to learn how to do that, because you will have to take your airbrush every time you paint when you're done. You can't just leave it overnight kind of thing, or the paint will dry and kind of corrode things and everything, but you have to take it all apart and clean it every time. So learning to do that. But the master's kit, depending on where you live, so I learned airbrush paint when I was in Texas and I painted in my garage. So basically in 100-degree heat. And you get dry rot on a lot of the parts. There's these little rubber O-rings throughout all of the machines on the airbrush and everything. So the kit will probably only last you like a year or two at most, and then you'll need to start. At that point, I would upgrade to, once you figure out what you like, to a better quality one. So yeah, I would not do replacement parts on any of the starter kit things just because they're crap. To say the least, but it's really good for learning on. You can still paint amazing stuff with them, but that is what I recommend always. In terms of upgrading, I use my favorite airbrush paint, and yes, I'm sponsored by them, but I'm not sponsored to say anything about them. I've always just used their paint and love it. Is Createx Colors airbrush paint, specifically their Wicked color line. That is the best for cosplay props and for miniatures. And you'll need their UVLS, which is a sealer for protecting your paint from the sunlight and make everything even. In terms of airbrushes and compressors, the best quality one is, it's like the Ferrara of cars for the airbrush world, is Iwata Airbrush. Their stuff is all amazing. I have I have 3 of their airbrushes. The one that I started with as my first upgrade, which they're expensive. That's why I'd say never work with them until you know what you want, because they're different types. But they can replace 100% of every single part they have in their catalog, but is the Eclipse. So the Iwata Eclipse, it's a normal head that'll brush about like a quarter size, but it'll do a mist pretty large. That one is really good, but it has a smaller paint head. It's a typical one that basically a top feeder from the Master's airbrush to the Iwata. There's one exactly the same that I would recommend going from. In terms of if you are painting extremely large armor pieces, which I only now paint with this airbrush, is the HP TH2, and it has a paint bucket that is that tall and that round, and it has a adjustable head for if you want a spray to be a circle or if you want it to be a flat line. So that one I now use only. Like, I don't even use my smaller one because I can adjust everything with it. I also have the it's like the something light, and it's fine details, and I thought I was gonna use it for all the detail stuff that I do, but honestly I don't really ever use it. So it just depends on what you're painting. If you're doing miniatures, that one would be a good one, but yeah. And then a new compressor, which the Iwata ones are great. So that's my recommendations. But don't buy expensive at first. Buy cheap, cheap, cheap. Expect to ruin it. Yeah. A lot of explanation. Sorry. I do need to eventually release some basic airbrush painting videos. Robert, sometimes do the guessing to what your next cosplay is, like the current one. How soon do you show us what it might... So I've talked about it already on stream. Typically, I'll put the answers on my website, which I haven't done yet, but I start to hint it in my stories, and then I'll just start doing videos. But the one that just I did the guessing game for is Ray from Fire Emblem, is the next build. And I'll be doing that, focusing specifically with Xtool. That build is going to be using the Xtool Apparel printer. So I've already done quite a bit on it in terms of printing things for getting the whole cape pattern. So yeah. But not too many people got it right. Most people were thinking it was some Miku cosplay. Oh, just some guy, I do have, I think I have a video, a panel that I did on airbrush painting recently. I would check that one out too, as I went over a lot of information in those panels. Yeah. Gotcha, because with the blue hair, I thought it was Bulma from, oh, okay, you were that person that guessed. No, I have done a Bulma cosplay. I did the Bulma bunny, but I don't have any plans on cosplaying anything from Dragon Ball anytime soon. But she's a great character, yeah. Excited to see you, I love Fire Emblem, and I mostly cosplay from the series. Oh, okay. I don't like Fire Emblem. I don't typically cosplay things that I don't like, but I love her design. I had one of, I guess, the games or something when I was younger, and I was just like, eh. But I'm doing this one as it has been a request from the community to do a Fire Emblem cosplay. It is, but besides the Digimon stuff, the Fire Emblem is the next thing that everybody has been dying for me to do something from. So I was like, okay, well this would be a good project for, because I loved her design. But specifically for the tool that I'm doing a sponsorship with Xtool, the design of her cape and everything aligned just perfectly that I was like, okay, this is a great fit. So yeah. But that's my little thing. Please don't be mad at me. You know you're always right at oh, of course, especially when it has something red and you're like, Clifford, the big red dog, or you and Caspian and everybody think it's Voltron. No Voltron. No. Yeah, I think for the guessing game though, this one, it was, I think only 4 people guessed it right. I had 2 people that like private messaged me, is it this? And I was like, yeah. But a little fun fact for the guessing games, I don't say yes or no if you are correct, but I will heart it for the ones that are correct. So that's my little secret on those. X-Tool, another question. Is your X-Tool... no, so my laser cutter is a Glowforge. I'm not sponsored by them. It's something that I purchased on my own. In terms of... and I love my Glowforge. This is my first X-Tool machine, and it is their X-Tool Apparel Printer Pro. Basically, it's a giant printer specifically for t-shirt designs. That's the very base of what it is. I have examples here because I haven't moved them. So it prints on a film, and then from that I use heat it up or heat press, and then I can transfer it onto fabric. So this is trying to make it not move, but that's the printed image. And then I've done it on tool as well. So that's what the project is with it. So not a laser cutter. I've never used their laser cutter, so I can't say anything on it. Yeah. The Glowforge I really love though. I bought my Glowforge probably... it was a big investment for me. But I looked around at a lot of laser cutters, specifically because I have pets. I wanted one because it had to be inside. I wanted one that was fully closed, so I could put it in there. And my cats, they use it as a bed. They lay on top of it. I actually have a cat bed on it. And it works great. It has a camera in it. There's different ones. I know the one I have, they no longer make. They have a much smaller version that originally went to Joann's, but that no longer is live. So yeah, but they're really great. They are expensive though. I don't know, I haven't looked at prices or anything for like 3 or 4 years, so I can't compare it to X-Tool. I know X-Tool for their larger machines does have the closed lid, but I know a lot of laser cutters are now just open or they don't have a base. And I don't trust anything that doesn't have a closed base for printing on, especially when you're cutting. Like for me, I use it to cut my foam, a lot of it for EVA foam, to help with mass production. So yeah, worth the investment for me, but I do it full time. If it's somebody that just wants it as a hobby, I don't know about investing in laser cutters unless you just have expendable money and room. So it just depends. Okay. What character am I working on? I am working on Sally Whitemane from World of Warcraft. It is the image that is down here. And specifically, we're doing the shoe right now. I'm just a little slow on it. So, working on some of the shoe armor. Going a little slow, just because of temperature and heat and stuff. Yeah. Ugh, my nose. There's cat hair on me. Yeah, that's better. So this is, I've waited enough, so now it's kind of cooled down some. You've got good questions today. I appreciate it. You get my gold star. Yeah. Oops, it was on my finger. Yeah. It's like, it's good here, but then we have this slight kind of lumpy lump. Let's see if I can kind of get it out. Want to experiment something with a UV laser and the shrink plastics because the UV lasers use heat to cut. I have ideas about doing depth engraving and heating the plastic to shrink it. Interesting. Yeah, only thing would be making sure that you have a air purifier with it hooked up. Just, yeah. Running out of jerky, gotta have to get real food. No! Welcome to the community of Voliker? Maybe? Okay, I think kind of got it smoothed now. Okay, so our line for this, we're gonna do it like here. And it goes to here. Oops. Went off a little. Roughly about there. And I'm gonna go ahead and trim this bottom because it's been messing with me. Okay. Then I can make, actually, is this one long enough? It is. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can stretch it a tiny bit more. That's why when I make these pieces, I save them for doing trim and stuff because I feel like I'm gonna use it later, or if I need an extra piece to add on, it's already made. So it makes it a lot easier. All right. So I'm just pushing it into the bottom layer so it kind of fuses together. Clean it up a little. Okay. Definitely will need to be fixed more, but And then this one should be good. Just need to have it go down. I'm gonna need to check on my prints though in a bit. I just remembered. Okay, that needs to be carved down more. End up getting a little too high. Definitely getting the shape though. Starting to come alive. Thanks guys for watching. I hope y'all are enjoying the stream today on our rare Saturday stream, because I don't typically ever stream on Saturdays. I typically stream on Fridays. A tiny bit here. Kind of pulled off a little too much. Okay. Got a good bit of it. Alright. Well, I think I'm gonna stop there for the day. I need a break and check on the prints and stuff. So yeah. But this is what we got so far. Besides just building up things. So getting there. Can at least see somewhat of what we're going through, or going for. Definitely gonna probably remake this diamond thing. It was... I'm not happy with it. I don't know. It just looks like... So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching the stream today. What's that? I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Reminder, if you're interested in an international online cosplay competition that is based on craftsmanship and everything, Coscom Cosplay Supply is putting on one, and submissions close at the end of this month. So if you want to enter that, check out their Instagram page, and they have a pinned post to explain everything about it. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, yeah, it's Saturday, weird. And then we'll see if I stream next Friday, Air Force stuff, so might not sure, but much love guys, have a good one.